We all of us like to be rich. We all love to own something. It can be wealth, a decent, beautiful house to live, nice and modern, beautiful dress, even food to enjoy, a good mobile phone, etc., etc., etc. It's not a sin to have this desire. What is important is, what is my attitude when I have everything that I want? When I have all what I want around me, what is my attitude? How do I look at them? How do I share them with others? Once again I say, being rich is not a sin. Having many things is not a sin. But the more greedy we become, the more we become possessive towards the wealth and the worldly things, there we are being challenged by today's gospel. And look at the first reading. The first reading tells us, vanity of all vanities. That is, nothing is permanent in this world. Everything is temporary. They are not going to stay with us forever. Therefore, our minds, our hearts, our lives should realize this reality. And we, my dear brothers and sisters, the more we become attracted towards these worldly things, the more we try to possess them, the more we try to gather them, then we lose the most important thing that we need in our life. Just imagine or try to think of your own cupboards, almirahs, where you have kept your dress. Sometimes more than what you need, or more than what we need. Certain dress we don't even wear once a month. But I would like to see my cupboard with full of dress and a number of pairs of shoes and slippers and etc. And we want to have the most modern, branded things in our lives. We want to gather all, but we hardly use them. Even sometimes food. I have personally seen during the parties, gatherings, people want to serve more, but hardly they could eat or finish. They could go and throw, waste. There is a tendency that I always think about myself. I become very selfish. I, my family, my children, and we get into a circle to become more self-centered and selfishness. What about others? Others also need to live in this world. During the COVID, when the lockdown was announced, I myself was in one of the supermarkets. I didn't know that it was announced, but I could see the people, the way they were trying to grab the things. They wanted to take everything, thinking that the world is going to end and till then they are going to starve and die. And the supermarket, the manager kept on announcing, "Dear customers, please think about others. We have enough goods. Please don't rush and don't take everything." Later they had to say that not more than this amount or the quantity will be sold. We have seen on the news also, people fight to bring things only for themselves. This greediness, this attitude is totally contrary to our Christian life. That's why today the beautiful parable Jesus is telling, there is a land of a rich man, produced plentifully, and he did not know what to do with that. And he is thinking, what am I going to do with this? So he's telling, I will tell my soul, I'm going to break all the stores, all the barns, and I'm going to build big ones, larger ones, to store them. And I will tell my soul, come on, eat, drink, enjoy yourself. You have everything for your entire life. The Lord tells, fool, your life will be taken tonight. Who is going to enjoy? Who is going to take all those things what you have gathered? Remember, when you are blessed with many things, when you become a rich, when you are blessed with many things, God also expects you and me to share with others, not to grab and keep things for us only. Take, for example, great saints like St. Paul, the hermit. St. Paul the hermit. He was a rich man, and he was disturbed with all the possessions that he had, the wealth that he had. And he considered, oh, this is going to be a problem for me to focus my mind on things above. As St. Paul told today in the letter to the Colossians, my dear brothers and sisters, set your mind on things above, not on the things of the earth. So this St. Paul the hermit also, what he did, he gave everything to the poor. He sold everything and went to a desert and spent his entire life searching for the inner peace. Once again, I tell you, it's not wrong or sin to have things, but what is my attitude? Therefore, we need to focus our attention, our mind on the things that are above. Our life is not going to be permanent here on this earth. All what we have gathered is not going to be with us forever. We will die, and nothing we are going to take with us. And this COVID, this pandemic, taught all of us, and many people realized that our life is not permanent here. What is the purpose of all what I have gathered? They became meaningless. I could not enjoy anything. Simply, it became useless. But still, we have not learned. We become like this rich man. Most of us do not know sometimes what are we going to do with all these things that we have. I was working very closely with some charitable institutions, and I was in charge of this St. Vincent de Paul Society. And we used to ask for help to be shared with poor children and poor people. Sometimes that is the time, not all, Most of them want to clean their cupboards, to get rid of all unwanted clothes, unwanted things, and they give it as a donation. That is this the attitude that we as Christians should have? There are also people who are so generous and always help others. They don't want to tell others what they do. There are also people who become more selfish. So this evening, the Lord is challenging me and you, all of us. What is my attitude? What is my personal view when it comes to this earthly wealth and possessions? Am I losing my soul? Am I losing my Christian values? Am I losing my relationship with God and relationship with others? Let us fix our minds on the things above, not on these worldly possessions.